So we're going to check out the flooding here again. This is on Old Macon Road right here, which is on the west side of the river. I'm kind of pointing back toward downtown right there right now. This entire section of the river right here, as far up as you can see, was man-made. They dug every bit of this. It's probably 2 miles long or better. Probably more than that, I guess. But can you imagine the amount of dirt that it took to move to, because this was just woods right here, and they had to dig it all the way down the river. The train trestle right there on up above it there a little ways is where the old river run cuts back off and goes back toward the bridge. What this is right here that I'm flying by, you can see those barges right there have scrap iron in them. This is a unloading port right here to unload scrap iron from these barges. And the trucks come in this drive right here. They come in this drive right here. They go in here and they turn to the left right there and go right up under this crane. And this crane grabs the scrap iron out and drops it in a funnel. The crane has an orange peel grapple on it. Drops in the funnel, goes right in the dump truck of the big trucks. But you can see the water's up on all this right now. So they can't do anything with the trucks, but when you're anywhere in downtown, you can hear them when they're unloading these barges. You can hear the metal when they're dropping it in there, and you can see the water. It wouldn't take a whole lot for the water to get across Old Macon Road right here. You see, I'm going to zoom in. This drone, this is a DJI Mavic Zoom, is what this is. And I'm going to talk about the drone a little bit. I had a Phantom, DJI Phantom, and it's a big drone. It's about a 2 foot by 2 foot square, and it was really large. The Mavic is not as big a drone, but the wind has been so bad the last several days, and the Mavic does so well in the wind for it to be a smaller drone. It's kind of surprised me, but it holds up well in the wind, and it'll fly for a long time on a battery. They say 30 minutes. I don't think it'll quite do 30 minutes, but it'll do long enough to where you're about ready to come down. So remember where I said it started to cut? That's Baldor right there that you see, that big building right there. That's the island over there too that you see. And this is pointing back toward Kiora. This right over there is the water tower, the big water tank on Kiora. As far as you can see down there at the end, that's where they dug that river to back years ago when they were doing the Tennessee Tom Bigby project. And they done a bunch of cuts like this up and down through there. It's just a incredible dirt moving job. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that detail it and talk all about the 10-ton waterway when they were doing it. It took them, like I said the other day, 12 years to complete the project that the Corps of Engineers did. But just, you can tell the water's usually not nowhere near up like this right here. I seen in the paper today where the water was, what the levels were. It was in the upper 160s, like 165 or 166 is what it got to. And I think normal pool on this body of water right here is down in the upper 130s is what it usually is. So, and I may be a little off on that, but it's about, this up about 20 in the 20 foot range higher than what it's supposed to be. You're right at 30. You can see my truck right there. In a minute, I'll be on the ground behind my truck, and you'll see that water that's going across Old Macon Road. So I'm turning back to the east right there. You can see them pumping water out of that barge right there. I think they were tied up. I could, from the nose of that very front barge right there, I could see a rope. I think they were tied up with it, just hanging around right there. So this was filmed on Thursday, just before lunch, I guess. And then you're going to flip to some more drone footage that was filmed Friday afternoon. And you can see the current right there, what it's doing, but they're just tied off, just hanging out right there. for right now. It's going to be interesting to see what everything looks like after the waters go down, and what's changed and what's done, what all's done what. I'm just gonna head out on out over the river there. That bridge, that's a train trestle bridge right there. And that other bridge that you can see the cars going across it, that's the 82 bridge. This between Columbus and Starkville right there, 4-lane bridge. All right, so coming up, here's the next set of video. All right, this is Friday afternoon right here. This is the soccer complex, Columbus soccer complex. You can see the soccer fields are completely underwater now. If you go back a day or so and look at my other river flood video, this field wasn't nowhere near like this yet. You can see that light pole right there. Look at that garbage can. That's the top of a garbage can. You can see right there by it. But I'm pointing toward Highway 45, and that's the mall area over there. And I'm going on up. The wind wasn't quite as bad today, so I sent the drone on up to about 360 feet high. That's 45, Highway 45 right there on the right that runs right into downtown. And you can see where the water is. This big building that's right on the other side of the water, that's the tractor dealer where I got my Kubota mini excavator. That's H&R Agri-Power right there is what that is. And that's 82 bypass that you see all them cars on that are running crossways on the screen right now. Those soccer fields and that's a Waters truck and tractor over there that you see right over there. That's a big truck dealer over there. They sell international trucks and stuff like that. Now I'm pointing back toward the river, Rubens Fish House, the river walk. You can see the big water tank over there. You can see all the water. Everything's underwater except the roads right there, the bypasses and all that stuff. And if they wasn't built up so high like they are, they would be underwater too. So I'm flying, just still going toward the Riverwalk. Rubens, they're shot for right now. They're missing one of the biggest nights of the restaurant season, Valentine's night. Because today, when I'm filming this right here, was Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's, everybody. But that's the old river run right there. If I were to keep flying straight, that's where I did have the drone sitting in the first part of this video. These are just houses that people live in right here along the river where I was flying the other day. There's the two bridges. There's a pedestrian bridge right there. The second bridge that's the one that got hit by the barge right there and kind of messed that pier up. There's the amphitheater that's underwater. The only thing not underwater is right there up on the hill from it. There's a hotel to the right, but everything back to right. See all that water? Right there back to right. And then if you look, there's some water right there. You see there's a blue swimming pool right there. That's Mr. Billy Phillips' place. That's where he lives right there. All his camp out. He's got a house. He lives in a house right there. It's up on stilts. He can't get in it, but everything else in front of us underwater right now. This is going back toward downtown in the soccer fields. There's the soccer fields right there. A lot of cars and traffic running down through there. So hang tight and enjoy the rest of this video. I'm on the west side of the river. The river's right over there about the bank of it, probably 100 yards from where I'm at. This is the water from the river right here. This is Old Macon Road. It's what this is. Where it's already over it here in several places all down through there. Right over there is downtown Columbus, so you can go to the island, find the railroad trestle. The railroad trestle is right there. I'm looking at it. So I'm sitting here in my truck, and that's a county truck right there in the mirror. He just drove by me. He's got a trailer behind him. He's gonna get it turned around though, barely. Thought I was fixing to get to film him driving through that water right there. I was sitting here catching up on my comments and about to fly. Ooh, don't jackknife it, dude. Ooh, he's fixing to Just about to get that tone. Dang it, man. So this is where they unload the scrap iron out of the barges. The trucks come in right here and they pull up under that funnel thing down there by that crane. So you can see the river's all the way up into all of that right now. See, they got orange peel grapples. So this is a public boat ramp right here. That's a pavilion. Just the roof is out of the water right now. So we're looking directly at the Riverwalk that's in downtown. The main river's like this. That's the old river run. Goes straight that way. If you can see that house down there, that's somebody's house. That's where I flew the other day. That's where the barge that got loose, it come down from back up this way and shot straight down through there toward that bridge. The pedestrian bridge is right down there, probably not quite a mile, I wouldn't guess. It's not very far right down there. So this is our lock right here, locking down. I'm pretty sure they got all the gates slap out of the water over there right now. Alright, this is the West Bank. The locking dam. I'm gonna zoom all the way out here. Y'all look at the dam right there. Y'all see that new gate right there in the middle? That one's brand new. That's from about 2 years ago, I believe it was, or so, something like that. They had a barge get away. We have a let me zoom it all the way back. There's a big grain elevator right up the river up here, a few miles, and a barge got away from them. Well, actually 2 barges got away from them, and it came down, and instead of coming toward the, this side over here, it went with the water flow and got over there, and it slammed that gate over there, and one of them immediately sunk, and then a day or so later, one was sitting on top, basically almost on top of the other one, and the other one sunk. They both sunk, and it damaged that gate right there. So what they did is, can you see the gate sitting over there? That's on dry ground right there. And I guess when they took it out, they brought it over here and set it over here. I guess they were probably gonna, tell them what they were gonna do with it and scrap it or something, I don't know. But now all of this area right here where this lock is, this entire area here is all dug. This was dry ground. When they started the Tennessee Tombigbee project, they started it in 1972 and they finished it in 1984. And what they did is everywhere where there was a real bad bend in the river, they basically straightened it out, and they put a series of locks and dams down through here to allow for barge traffic. Because what was happening was, it's about 1,500 or 1,600 miles on the Tennessee River to make a loop all the way up and come back down to New Orleans down there. But when they connected this with the Tennessee River up there, and turned it into it cut the miles off about in half, if I remember right. It was a good bit, but it took them 12 years to do all the channeling and to build the locks and all that stuff like that. So here's a little food for thought. As this river's up, and I see that water over there churning around and carrying on like it always does when it gets up, it's completely changing the landscape again. So it'll move something from one place, put it somewhere else, uproot trees, silt in areas. It'll blow out other areas. Up at Aberdeen Lock and Dam, which that way's north, the way that I'm pointing right now. Last year in February, that's when the river silted completely over up there at the lock, and it shut the river down up there for barge traffic. Couldn't no barges get in and out of there. They had to re-dredge it back out. And so it'll be interesting to see what, once the water goes down, what's changed. This stuff like this just really interests me. And this compartment right here that's closest to us, that's the locks right there is what that is, where the barges and come in there and then they lock up or go down. So it's about 23, 24 miles north to the Aberdeen Lock and Dam. And it's about that far down south to the Lock and Dam down there. It's at Pigginsville down there, Alabama.